Join me this week as the hunt is on for the elusive whitetail deer, as well as a few in the tent chores and always good camp food. Welcome to Time by the Tent. Happy you are with me for the weekend. Heading up on a Friday afternoon. It has rained at the house all day long, as well as much of last night. Up here at the land, it is going to rain, and it has. I drove through rain the entire time, and it's going to rain up through middle of the night. So that's why I'm heading up now, so I can get up there, get things to the tent, get supper made, relax tonight, get up early, and then hunt tomorrow morning up through mid-morning, Saturday morning, and tomorrow night, and then also Sunday morning. If I would just go up there on a Saturday, I'm only going to get to hunt Saturday evening, Sunday morning, and then head back home. So got everything done that I needed to get done work-wise, and due to the rain there wasn't a whole lot I could do outside, so got the important stuff done. Worked hard this week to get that done, and heading up now. It's about 10 after 5 now. It's getting dark about an hour earlier plus than what it normally is, so it's just because it's heavily overcast, and when I get there, you will know about it. Made it to the land, raining still, which is expected. I knew that. Gonna go up, open the tent up, bring the wagon down, and get everything out of the car. Plan would be in one trip. I forgot I should carry the bow up instead. Anyway, I just want to get up here, and then I'll figure out if I want to cook outside or inside. I think probably will end up cooking inside the tent, not really wanting to, but that's just where we're at. So everything looks as it was when I left it last week. Just very wet. At some point we'll put a driveway in. That's in the 3 to 5 year plan. Yeah, 2 to 4 year plan. Alright, I'm going to turn the security camera off, and then I will see you in the tent in about 10 minutes. Alright. Got everything in the tent. Going to get the fire going, get the dampness out. Now last week, if you watched the video, I stacked and a lot of wood up, a lot of kindling, and then hard to see there, 2x4 pieces of 2x4. So I had a light to do better for you. Pine, I call them 2x4. Pine, very thin pine I took that we've cut down and just made very fine kindling so I could get the stove going and the campfire going, because I knew it was going to rain this weekend. So always have plenty of kindling dry inside or covered, and then once you get the fire established, then you can put the wet stuff on it and it'll dry out by the time it starts igniting it. So I'll get that going, and there's a couple of knick-knack jobs here in the tent that I want done. I want to create just a very makeshift with a couple of hangers, bow hanger back here off that shelf, so I have somewhere to put it whenever Holly's here. Otherwise, I've left it outside and I don't want to do that anymore. And then also clean this table off and find it, and then we'll go from there. Got the inside stove going. We're at 150 degrees Fahrenheit. What is it, like 50 degrees Celsius, something like that. Heat going up the pipe. I'm not going to work on the projects inside yet because I can do that after I eat and I'm hungry. So as much as I wanted to cook pork chops inside, it's not raining hard enough to not start a fire outside, and I think that's just the smartest thing. We're not in a solid structure. We're not in a cabin or an outbuilding. We're in a tent, and there's still bears in the area. So I think it's just smart that I can put the food in here, but I can eat in here, but I don't want to cook in here. So I've got the fire going out here. Yes, I did use a accelerants helper. That has helped. A couple of, like 4 or 5 episodes or videos ago, I showed how to start a fire in the rain. That was in the morning. This is at night, and it's getting dark, and I just want the wood to catch fire so I can cook my pork chops. So that's where we're at. Butterfly barbecue or campfired pork chops, and then I'll have some Amish potato salad. And see, that's why I'd like to get that table cleaned off, so I'm not eating on the bed, but we've all done it. So that's what's going on. Still raining. Did get them cooked in the rain. And then we'll work on some projects inside here. Butterfly pork chops are good. I got Wendy's barbecue sauce on them. Had it in the bag of stuff. Haven't got into the potato salad yet. It is warming up in here. It was 44 when I got here, and it's about 55 in the tent right now. So it's going to get warmed up. It'll warm up. Just a rainy, cold, wet night. It's scheduled to stop overnight, 1, 2 a.m. So that'll give them enough time to kind of let things a little shake out and dry. And then I'll head to the tree stand in the morning. Sunrise, I think, legal hunting time is 6 a.m. But got a few more things here to do. Really good pork chop, butterfly pork chops, Walmart. So that was where I went, and that's what they had, and it turned out really good. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got this ash bucket. It's not really a bucket. It's a snowman canister. It's one of those things that you get popcorn in at Christmas. Didn't want to go buy a galvanized bucket. Had this in the attic and knew it would work. But I want to put a handle on it. So what I've done is I took and pressed in with my Phillips drill bit enough of a compression to where I could put a screw in there, pull it out. Would be better if I had the right drill bit, because that's what we've got going on here. Then took a Phillips head and pushed it in there to get it to open up. Now what I've got here is just some heavy, what was this from? I don't remember what this was from. A heavy duty tomato cage maybe? So anyway, I'm just going to figure out what I need and then cut it and bend it in there, and that will be the handle. I'll show you when I get it done. Alright, there's the finished product. Inside I was able to put them in, and then I took the pliers and bent them so it's very difficult for it to slide out. Now I can maneuver it and I don't have to grab onto it. Handle's a little bit bigger than the unit itself, but it will work, and that project is complete. Okay, I found the table. Now I can sit there and eat tomorrow. Got more things organized there. And then I also, when I'm by myself here, I can hang the bow back here on these metal brackets. Now these brackets, I can hang it, there you go, off the metal rack there. And then when Holly's here, I can move that rack and attach it, or those clips, and move it over here and hang it over here. Just really warm right now in here, so I don't want to expose the bow to excessive heat. I don't think it would for what it'd be over there. I don't think it'd hurt, but that's fine. Now those brackets, this is something that I got years and years ago on junk day. They were, I think they were like 3 foot long, and they had multiple pieces that you screw in, like you would hang little lanterns on up a walk path. And I saved them because I save everything, and they work really good for a little bow hanger. Now, if you didn't have that, which I'm sure you don't, you could certainly take and use just heavy metal wire and create the same type of bend in order to hang it off your tent frame or a rack like you have there. So, and then the bow case is under the bed, so it's out of the way. So that's done, and that's done. Now I got to clean the bed off, and I will run the food down to the car, the meat and items, just for safekeeping. I think that would be the smartest thing. The chips and the cookies, I'll keep up here, and then that goes in the storage shed. I'll do that tomorrow, and everything else that seems to create a lot more space when that table's empty. So if nothing else exciting happens, which I certainly hope doesn't, I will see you in the tree stand tomorrow morning. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. Been in the stand since about 20 after 6. No deer spotted, 1 squirrel seen, and a handful of birds. So I'm going to get down, head back to camp, get lunch, regroup, and then I'm going to head out to the stand that's about 80 yards that direction. That's closer to the pond in the center of the property. And I haven't hunted in that stand for about, well, I put it up 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. I didn't hunt in it last week, so it'd be going on 2+ weeks. Anyway, I hunted it in that evening, and that was the first and only time I've hunted it. Now, that doesn't have a trail camera on it. So there could be no deers back there, or there could be a lot of deers back there. So when I get down, I want to look at a tree over here that could be a permanent tree stand, just to have them strategically placed throughout the property. And we'll take a look at that, and then we'll go to camp and get lunch going. I'll get the campfire going, we'll do some cooking. Okay, so here is this tree that I was seeing from my stand. The split comes down. It's not quite as wonderful as I had thought. There's a better one. Well, no, it's not a better one. It's another one over here that is just too narrow. There's just no way you could make, well, that's not terrible. Go on the back side here and take a couple of trees down, small diameter, make a ladder. So there's some options here of potentially you go up 15-20 feet, put a couple boards across and a platform, and then nail a seat to the side, and that wouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to head back to camp. I'm going to grab some birch bark here and get that campfire going so we can get lunch cooking. I have Polish sausage cooking, or warming up. It's pre-cooked. And it wasn't that bad this morning in the stand. It was 44 when I left this camp, and it's about 46, 47 now, so that's about as warm as it's going to get. I think it may be 50s, is how low 50s, but got really windy there about 10 o'clock. So stayed until 11, didn't see anything. Gonna eat. I don't think up here in the northwoods we're going to see much of the solar eclipse. It's supposed to be happening today out west. I think only like 30% coverage, but it's kind of cloudy-ish. And back home it's pouring rain, so they won't see anything in southern Wisconsin. So we'll get this done, take a little break, and then see if we can do something on this other stand. 40 acres, and I can't scare a deer out of the woods. I can't see a deer, and very limited amount of squirrels, so I don't know. It'll happen. So got these lizards. They're not poisonous, but it's recommended you don't touch them because your oils on your skin can damage their, whatever you call it, moisture on their body. They live underneath there. This is an old pillow that we were going to burn, and we never got to, so now it's created a habitat for those lizards. Okay, it's a little after 2 o'clock. Gonna head back into the center stand on the property, sit there till dark, and see if we can make anything happen. I'll see you in the tree stand. Alright, back at camp. Left the stand about 10 minutes before it was actually super dark, because I got a 3/10 of a mile walk back, and I wanted to see if I would spook anything, scare anything, kick anything up, and nothing. So I'm going to get fire going in the tent, get supper going, or get the campfire going. We're going to have Spam and baked beans tonight. And in the morning I'll hunt the same stand I hunted this morning, and then I'll move a trail camera back to that stand I hunted tonight for the week to see if anything is back there, because we should be very pre-rut or early rut at this point, and it's been a long time since we've seen any deer on trail cameras. I guess it was, last one we saw on a trail camera was a week ago today, because I got up here late last week at 4:25 was the last time we've seen a deer cross the trail cameras. So, well, that's all we can do. So let me get the fire going in here, get the campfire going, and then we'll decide which spam we're going to have. It is really windy. Yeah, you can't see me right now. It is really windy. 10 to 15 miles an hour is what they were calling for. And it would come in spurts in the tree stand, quiet for a while, and then just voraciously strong winds, and then quiet. Here at camp, it's quite windy right now. So I've got hickory smoked flavored spam or bacon spam. We're going to go with bacon because I've had hickory. Well, I'm going to go with hickory smoked. I'll do bacon tomorrow. I've had the maple. Maple is really good as well. The 25% less sodium one's good. And so we'll go with hickory smoke flavor. And I'll cut that in slices. And then I'll put the little can of baked beans next to the fire, get it cooking. I'll go ahead and I'll pop the top on it. And then when it's all done, I'll show you what we got. So there is supper, hickory smoked spam over the fire and baked beans cooked in the can. Don't know if you're supposed to do that, but we have done it. I've done it. And that's just the way it's going to be. So the hickory spam, it's okay. I don't taste a whole lot of hickory flavor in that. Now last night, I had the two butterfly pork chops and potato salad, and I was watching Andy Griffith and Judge Judy on the Pluto app on my phone because we at night seem to have a really good signal up here, meaning one really strong bar, the tiny little bar. I can't do wonderful things, but it just seems like when everybody's off the network, at least I can, well, I've got 2 bars right now. So I was watching that. I ate the pork chops because they were really good. And I started eating the potato salad, and I got halfway through, and I thought, well, I'll finish this off, and got almost all the way through, like 3 bites more. Was kind of getting full, and thought, well, I should finish this off. And when I got done, I figured I wanted to look and see how much potato salad did I really eat. Well, I ate 2 full butterflied pork chops and 1 pound of Amish potato salad. I didn't think that was 1 pound, but apparently it was. So this is much less. One can of spam and 1 small can of baked beans. So I'll look forward to if the bacon spam is what I think it should be. Now the maple spam, absolutely wonderful, delicious. If you haven't tried it, you should try it. It's well worth it, whether you're eating it for breakfast or just any time of day. So as of right now, if anything else happens, I will let you know. Otherwise, going to call it a night, watch some stuff on the phone. I don't know if there's really anything else to do in the tent. Tomorrow I got to get some wood, finish filling up the wood box again, as I do the week following, or the week. I make sure everything's topped off before I leave, for purposes of what we went through last night with a downpour and everything outside completely sponge soaked. And I had a full box of kindling, a full box of pine splits, and a full box of wood that kept very, very warm in here overnight. So we will see you in the morning if nothing else happens. I will see you in the morning if nothing else happens. So I was checking the weather, and because it was extremely windy outside, and the weather app indicated it wasn't really that windy. Weather band radio says 10 to 15 miles an hour gusts to 20. So just another thing, we've talked about this on 10 items that you should have at your permanent campsite. A weather band radio, whether battery operated or hand crank, or I'm charging it up off our power station, so you know exactly what the weather is in your region, because you may not even have cell service at your location, and this will give you the best indication of what to expect and what measures you need to take in order to stay safe but still enjoy your camping experience. Good morning from Tree Stand, northwoods of Wisconsin. Been in the stand for a little over 2 hours. Haven't seen a squirrel, haven't seen a bird, haven't seen a deer. Gotten a little colder since got in the stand. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to get down and I'm going to walk this trail here that I see on the aerial map and just kind of walk that up a little ways just to see what it might develop into. So this is, since opening day, it's gotten real windy. It was real calm this morning. It was real windy last night, and about midnight it really turned off and was calm and quiet. And it was the same this morning till about 45 minutes after sunrise. This is day 11 of deer hunting since opening day. Put in approximately 40 hours of stand time in 5 different stand locations. And out of those 5 stand locations, 3 of them have had deer activity on the trail cameras, but never when I'm in the stand. So I'm going to get down, walk this, and then I'll meet you back at camp and we'll figure out what to do. I got to get some wood brought up and then kind of close things out, I guess. Oh, I want to move the trail camera before. I want to take the trail camera that's over there and move it to the stand I was at last night to see if we can see anything over the week back there. Alright, I was going to head back to the camp, but then I decided to walk around and see what more of the property I haven't seen, do some scouting. That's the pond or the lagoon or the swamp on the back side of the property. I've never been back here before. And the property line runs somewhere, well, it's back over there on the back side. Found a nice chair. It's been here for a while. Picked up a mylar balloon as well. I'm about a quarter mile from camp, so I will take the chair back to camp, get it out of the woods. Now my guess is at some point years ago somebody brought this here to hunt. I don't think that this would be the ideal location to put a chair to hunt. You can't see anything, but I will take it out of the woods and take it back to camp. Got back to camp. Apparently, based on the GPS app that I've got, or the tracking app, trail app, walked much of the backside of the property. I've never been over on that side before since we bought it. And found the chair, and that was clearly distinct on our property. I double checked before I took it, based on all the coordinates and everything that I have saved to my phone. So didn't see anything today. Even walking all of that, didn't spook any deer up. Didn't do. You typically would see a tail or something snort, but nothing. So I'm gonna have a little breakfast, some snacks, some donut sticks, and then I'm probably gonna go get down and get wood first, and then I'll go take that trail camera, or I'll figure out one way or the other. I think I do want to move that trail camera. The stand I was in this morning and the stand that I was in last night is approximately, I walked it, I figured based on the GPS coordinates was 80 yards. It's more like 65, 75-ish. again, I think maybe if you were in one stand and I was in the other, we possibly could see each other through the trees and the thickness, but I'm not sure. It's nothing like the other stand over here where it was like 29 yards difference. So, but this stand, you can, the one I was in last night, you can see farther down this trail that's naturally cut in the woods. So, I don't know. I do want to move a trail camera back there and see if something is there that I'm not seeing on the odd occasion I hunt in the evening there. Okay, so went out and moved the trail camera. Didn't need to bring you along. You know what that's like. You follow the videos. Missed a squirrel, had 22 handgun, and shot twice at it. Missed it. That's the first time I ever shot a squirrel with 22. Typically it was, back in the day, it was always 20 gauge with small game load. So then I shot at a branch again to make sure that it was me and not the gun, and it was me. So I think I'm going to go down and get a load of wood and bring that up and see how many loads I have down there. I'm not going to cut anything today. And then get lunch going, and maybe if I have time I'll cut some more wood. Have another load sitting down there ready for next time I come up. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you've made it this far, certainly like and subscribe. I did find a nice rock to go to remove some of these smaller ones, and there's a big one down that was in the road last week and was in the road again. If I would have drove over it with the car, it would have got lodged underneath. That's how big it is. So it'd be a perfect rock for the stove or the campfire. It looks very similar to that one. So I'll go down and get that when I get the load of wood as well. So hang out with me a little bit longer and then we can head home. Okay, got the wagon emptied. Some of it didn't stack very good the way I split it. Not the greatest wood in the world. Most of it's pine, and on the punky side. But I have found that's one of the worst pieces when you chop it and it just comes apart almost like gum. Those aren't very good. Now, some of that was similar to this over here, and for the most part, it's fairly dry. That's good and dry. That's got some dampness to it, but that's good campfire wood. Wouldn't be good for inside. But anyway, when I need a hot fire real quick, I've got the wood box filled in there. That pine really puts the heat off very, very quickly, and then I can throw the harder woods on there. But good little pile there. Got about got like one layer down there. I got like 8 pieces. That would be a quarter of a cart. So that's that. Getting fire going. Gonna have the bacon spam and chips for lunch. And then that's the one rock I showed you. That's the other rock. So I'll place them around the fire. And then I'll get the spam cooking. Alright, spam is cooked. Bacon spam, if you're looking for health here, it's better than the hickory spam. And barbecue potato chips. I tried it. I don't taste the bacon. I didn't taste much hickory last night. Now maple, yeah, it's like it bathes in maple. This tastes more like regular low sodium or reduced sodium spam. I don't know. Still good, and it's a great option if you have a permanent campsite and you have a structure in which you can store food in that you don't have to worry about bears breaking in. Like I can't do that here in the tent, even though we've never seen a bear on trail camera here. or on our property. I know that they are across the road in that woods over there. Neighbor has shown it on his trail camera to us. So haven't seen them, don't want to see them, don't hunt them. That's fine if they're not here, but I'm not going to go with the, oh, I haven't been here for 6 months, I'm going to put food in the tent. Now, over winter, or until we take the tent down, when we know that the bears are likely in hibernation, we will cook in the tent if it's too cold outside, or keep food in there and not take it down to the cars. So instead, I am cutting wood, cut down a big tall dead pine, and instead of limbing it up and bucking it up down there, it's light enough that I can chop it in 10-12 foot pieces, carry it up this hill, and then do all of that right at the wood pile, so I don't have to haul it all up in pieces in the wagon. This is number 3. Then I've got the top parts that I'll bring up. I'll probably just drag them up. They're awful. They got a lot of limbs and pricklers on it, looks like. And then I put those to the side. And when I do the burn the campfire, I can just cut them in pieces up here and then just throw them on the fire itself to get a good bed of coals real quick. Yeah, but instead of doing 2, maybe 3 wagonfuls, I can just do no wagonfuls and do all that cutting at the top there. And the bonus is I get a lot of the little tiny limbs that I can restock my basket inside the tent with for small kindling, pencil size to thumb size. Well, I'm not going to drag them up. I cut them in half. I forgot that. I can just carry them all up in a big bundle here. Alright, so I added, all that was what came up, and then that's tops over there. Not as much wood as I thought. I think there's, yeah, all of that's all new right there with what I just drug up. Now at the end of the month, we're going to be up here for 3 days, Holly and I, so we'll be able to burn all of that. And then this is the real punky trash wood. Whoop, too fast. It was a big stump or a chunk that had been laying over there since we first moved or bought the property. So I just cut it in half, and it's something that would be good to throw on the fire at night when we go to bed, and it'll let it smolder and won't have to have much effort to get it going the next morning. So, and then we still got some pine boughs down here that on really wet conditions we can use that in addition to the lighter fluid. So the chainsaw still has about 3/4 of a tank, and there's probably 1/4 of a tank left in the gas can. I'm just going to call it good for the weekend on that. As long as the gas doesn't, I've got the 87 octane with that's got 10% ethanol. Really, I got it before I understood that I needed to have the 93 octane that has no ethanol, because the ethanol will eat the carburetor out if it sets for prolonged periods of time, like over a month type of thing. It can start eating the carburetor out, but that won't happen. I'll use up that gas and what's in the gas can before that happens. So that's all the wood cutting. Added quite a little bit. Now it's not hardwood, it's pine, so it's going to burn quick, going to burn hot, but I do have a lot of hardwood down here, and I can find more hardwood if I need to down there along that pond, lake, swamp, whatever you want to call it. There's some wild, I call it wild red cherry. I don't know if that's the correct term, but that's a hardwood. Where is, I've got some over here. It's really good. I think it'd be good for smoking. That's what the bark looks like on it, and it's got a red tint to it. It smells very nice. So that's all the wood cutting for the weekend. Well, you have spent an extended weekend with me. Friday we got up here, it rained, and then yesterday and today, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you for watching the video. If you made it this far in the video, let's put land, L-A-N-D, in the comments below, and so I know that you've made it this far. Appreciate your support. If you like this stuff and you've not subscribed, go ahead and do that. We're trying to get our numbers up, let more people see what we're doing, and maybe they can learn from some of the things that we're doing or doing wrong. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.